This should be played at high volume, preferably in a residential area.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
1, 2, 3.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Maastricht Edition live on Facebook. Tonight is our Eurovision Special, and we will have the lovely Denis Kurris on the show for a live interview from Rotterdam. And we'll have our usual fun and games with a Eurovision twist, so make sure you stay tuned.
Yay! Good evening, everybody. Oh, hold on. Good evening. Welcome to the Maastricht Edition. Here we are with our flag. Eurovision time again. Yes, here we are. I've got my pink on. Couldn't find my feather boa.
Yeah.
We're all looking. What have you got there, Matt?
I think it's called a lei, isn't that a lei?
Yeah, I think you're right, actually. Yeah, I think it's a lei. It's a very colourful lei. It's lovely. And of course, Tracy, you just look gorgeous in red all the time.
Thank you, darling.
Yes, it's that time of year. What have you got, a tambourine? Shake it like a Polaroid picture.
Hey?
Yeah, something like that, Matt. Might need a little bit of practice.
Really? You want me to practice?
It's all no. You need to practice more with your wrist. That's all I'm saying. There we are. I've set the tone for the show.
You certainly have, dear.
But yes, Eurovision. So it's a week today that they have the semi-finals going on. We've got the final a week on Saturday. It's all very exciting, as always, because this year we've got it for the second year in the Netherlands, because last year it all went a little bit wibble. There was a pandemic thing going on. You may have heard about it. And so it all went on to the TV, and that was it. There was no live audience or anything. But this year, the Netherlands have managed to create, it's an experimental gathering. Let's be straight about that. You know, this is also going to give us data moving forward about large groups in one place, but they're doing it with the Eurovision. And how's that, Tracy? Are you excited?
I am very excited. As you guys know, I'm a big Eurovision fan, and I'm looking forward very much to the event. So the rehearsals are on at the moment.
Yep.
And next week, I think the semi-finals are happening. And then, of course, the next week, Saturday, we actually have the live grand final. And I tell you, I listened today to all 39 songs for this year's competition. I venture to say the standard is quite high this year.
Personally, I don't think the standard's any different to any other year, but that's just me.
Yeah. You all have different ways of measuring the quality of Eurovision songs.
Well, it's historically very well known / documented that my predictions as far as Eurovision are concerned are shit. Because whenever I say this is a good song, it usually ends up with nil points.
Oh, no!
Yes, that's usually the way it goes. And any that I say are absolutely atrocious end up winning. So I can tell you that the Ukraine are going to win this year because I think it's awful.
It was really bad, that song. It was very weird.
Yeah, there's quite a few strange ones. Depends what part of the world they come from as well. You can kind of sense if something's from Cyprus or something's from Bosnia or whatever. You know, they have different vibes and themes. I had a listen. I actually quite fancy two of the rockier songs in this year's competition, and I really love the song from Italy, and I really love the song from Finland. So they're my top two picks. But also Romania and Croatia have two very nice songs. I think the girl from Romania is very Billie Eilish-esque, so that might go down quite well.
I thought that as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
The one from Croatia is called TikTok, which has quite a Eurovision-y kind of a beat.
Yeah.
I can imagine in the crowd that would go down well. And I quite like France this year. I think it's quite if they want to go for a ballad. Yes, very nice. She's a very striking lady, very special voice, very emotive. And that one, if it depends how the jury goes, depends if they want to go for something poppy, rocky, you know, a ballad. Interesting, but I'm very curious to see.
Well, France doesn't do anything for me, I'm afraid. Although I will say this, I've always supported Eurovision entrants who sing in their own language. I prefer it personally. I like that. I think it gives it more character, more flavour. I love the whole idea then that we have all these different cultures. It feels more cultural, I think, when they sing it in their own language.
Yeah, the German entry is in English, and it's really weird. And I think it just doesn't work. I think if they'd sung it in German, it'd be so much
It's quite jolly, though.
It is, but it's like, I don't know, it's just sort of, the English is not quite right. And then sing in English, like.
It's funny because sometimes, like Portugal a few years ago, they won singing in Portuguese. So it's absolutely not a turn off for the audiences. I think just depends on the quality of the song. But yeah, it's with everything that's happened this last year and having missed last year's festival and everything. It's interesting to see how the juries around Europe will go, how it's all gonna work out. It could really go anyway. The UK might even win.
Yeah. Oh, don't be silly.
No, it's a good song though. It is
a good song, and he's got a great voice. But no, that's not going to happen. No.
Well, I don't think Ireland are going to win either. Somehow, it's a nice song, but I just don't think it's quite strong enough compared to some of the other entrants this year. So yeah. Look at us, all knowledgeable about it.
I know. But we will be
talking. Entry. Yeah.
I love Iceland. I absolutely love Iceland because of last year.
Yeah,
that was a great song. And the dance is amazing, and they've continued the dancing. So
I know, and the outfits as well.
They haven't keep the song, but the dancing is still there.
Yes. Yes.
Indeed, yeah.
I love it. I think they're great. I really do. And he's got a very nice voice as well. But I'm loving Iceland. And in fact, we are considering going to Iceland for our first holiday, as of when we can actually venture out. So I'm going to hunt them down and give them all a big COVID hug.
A very nice destination. My brother went to Iceland a number of years ago, and it was one of the best vacations they've ever had. So apparently it's a very
interesting place.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
But listen, we're going to be talking a lot more about Eurovision as the programme goes on, because we have an exclusive interview with Denis, also known as #Maastricht, also known as House of D Merchandise, but he is the journalist for ESC Plus, the Eurovision Song Contest Plus .com or .nl? Oh, Tracy, is it .com or .nl?
Oh, I only know that it's ESC_plus on Instagram. I know nothing more.
I think it's either .com or .nl, but if you search it, you'll find loads of information. But he's already been there for several days already, and we've been getting loads of reports in, loads of selfies with all the entrants from the various different countries. He's living his best life at the moment, having so much fun, watching the rehearsals. There's loads of press conferences going on. So he's going to be here in about half an hour, less than that actually, to tell us about exactly what's happening at the moment, what's going to be happening over the next week, and also giving us an insight into the precautions that are going on there, because that is very, very important this year.
Yeah.
I know they're getting tested every 48 hours, and they are absolutely on it. There are COVID police everywhere watching what's going on, making sure that you're all masked up and you're sticking to the social distancing and rules, because they really want this to work, of course, and we want it to work. We're all excited to see how it goes, not just for Eurovision, but also for future events as well, because this is also going to set us up for any festivals that may come up later in the year, ones that haven't been cancelled already.
That's true.
And yes, and just going through not just this year, into next year, as we take precautions to make sure we're all enjoying live music safely. So hurrah! So we shall come back to some more Eurovision shortly, but in the meantime, it is I think time for Matt's review of the week.
I think so. It's a very musical theme tonight, isn't it?
It is. It is. Now, fortunately or unfortunately, depends on which way you look at it, you were given an album to review that's nothing to do with Eurovision, but it did come from Tracy, if I remember rightly. And Tracy, if you could remind everybody, what album did you ask Matt to review this week?
Indeed, I chose the debut album of Norah Jones, which is Come Away With Me.
You did indeed.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. And I went all soft and gooey last week.
You did?
Yes, because
you had a moment.
I love Norah Jones, although maybe if we just have a quick flashback, I was also being a little bit soft and gooey because my album got reviewed for 10 mats out of 10. Just thought I'd put that in there. But yes, Nora Jones, Come Away With Me. Oh, Matt, what did you think?
Ooh.
I liked it. I thought it was very, very chill. I recognised quite a few of the songs actually. But it was sort of it reminded. I don't know if you ever watched Nigella Lawson, the
Yes.
cooking program.
Yes.
I can't remember what it's called. Nigella Cooks or something.
Mhm.
It's that sort of music. It just reminded me of the Nigella program, and I love that program. It's amazing. She always makes me so jealous. And like,
We
so that
love
was fun.
Nigella. Yes,
Nigella's
we love
amazing.
Nigella. Yes, we love her.
So yeah, I appreciated that. It made me think of food and like relaxing and a nice glass of wine and like cozy evening song. I think that's the right way to describe that sort of music, like cozy evening music.
Well, I seem to remember I mentioned last week that it's actually very good for dinner parties. That sort of background for dinner parties. It has that kind of ambience about it for sure. But yeah, I think just for a cozy evening in with a glass of wine going on in the background, that's a happy place kind of album, I think.
Mm.
So the thing is, though, I don't think you were snuggled up on the sofa with a glass of wine. You were probably cooking in the kitchen, weren't you?
What was I doing? No, I don't think I was. I think I was doing something else.
Oh,
Shocking.
Tracy.
Oh my goodness.
I think I might have been working.
Oh, wow. All right.
Okay, well, it
But
may
like
not
on the type of work where you don't actually have to think. It's just work you like have to do.
Oh, okay.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, do you think you would want to explore Nora Jones a little bit more?
Well, I actually accidentally did because I listened on YouTube, and if you just let it play, it just continues to the next album. So I don't know what I listened to though. It was one of the other albums, which was a bit different actually. It was I don't know, more upbeat, I suppose.
Mm.
The second album was yes.
Sunrise, I think
Yes.
it's called.
Yes. The first album was much more jazzy, relaxed, easy, bluesy going kind of thing. But yeah, the second one was the one with Dolly Parton. We love Dolly Parton. So how many Matthews out of 10 do you give this one, Matt?
Well, I decided I would give it a 9.
Oh, that's good.
Very nice.
Okay.
It's deserving of a 9, I think.
think
Indeed.
Yeah, it's a good album. It really is a good album. She's got a very chocolatey voice. It's very smooth, very easy to listen.
It reminds me of Nigella. It's like it's all about food and like cozy cooking and that's good.
Yeah, all good.
Maybe it's a good thing he wasn't actually listening to this while he was cooking. I get the impression actually that he finds this a little sexy with all the Nigella stuff going on. Maybe if he was cooking a Nigella Lawson recipe and then he's got Nora on in the background, things could have got a little overheated in the kitchen.
God, indeed.
Well, who knows? Yeah.
Yeah, well, we don't need a full review, so.
Yeah, indeed.
Excellent stuff. Well, I think Tracy's right. Well deserved. 9 Mats out of 10. Excellent. So now we need an album for you to review for next week. And I'm taking you back to the 70s this time. Now, you have already been given an album to review a few weeks ago by our Tracy. That was the Beatles. And she picked an album that went on for about 3 days, if I remember rightly, because it was all the Beatles hits, one after the other.
Yeah, there's 27 or 29 songs on there, yeah.
But of course, all 4 of the Beatles, famously, after they split up from the band, they did actually all have their own single careers on their own solo careers. Some more successful than others. Obviously, it does help if you're alive. So...
Yes, gives you an advantage.
Bit tricky if you're not around, but one of them definitely, who is still going today, Mr. Sir Paul McCartney, has had a fantastic solo career. But in between the Beatles and actually his own solo career, he formed a band called Wings. And during that time with Wings, which wasn't for very long, he and his wife, Linda, who was also in the band, made an album with Wings called Band on the Run.
Yes. Band on the Run.
There you go. Oh, no need to review the album. Tracy's going to just sing it all for you.
I'll sing it for you.
Band on the Run, of course, is one of their biggest hits. It's also got another couple of hits on there that I won't tell you about now, but I'm sure you'll recognise. For me, this is an outstanding album. It's very experimental. This was Paul McCartney really letting loose as far as his musical talents were concerned. And he had a super group of people around him. He was taking musicians from other bands who are just at the top of their game. So it's an amazing album. Also, if you look at the cover of the album, it was quite a talked about album at the time as far as the artwork on the front, because it's actually a group of extremely famous people at the time all standing together being photographed for this particular album. I suspect you won't recognise a single one of them, Matt. But if you do actually Google it, you'll be able to find out actually who's in that picture. But that is the album I'm going to be giving you, Band on the Run by Wings, and that's your review for this next week.
Okay.
Ooh, nice choice, Joe.
Thank you. For me, it's one of my favourite albums. I think it's absolutely magnificent. So. So there you go. Val's in the house. Good evening, Val. And Eric.
Hello, Val.
Eric, Val is saying that his nomination for Eurovision is Romania.
Yes, I had that on my list. It's a cracking song, that one.
I have a 3 out of 5 for Romania.
Ooh.
Average.
So, yeah.
Yeah, indeed. I just kind of went for a top 5 in no particular order. Italy, Finland, Romania, Croatia and France. So we'll see. But I must tell you, in the past number of years, I have managed to predict some winners.
Yes, you're much better at this
never
than
know.
I am. You're
Yes,
much better.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
But indeed, Val, Romania is a good one, yeah.
Who have I got? I've got a Croatia. I gave 3.
I like them though. They're like typical Eurovision. That's like your typical Europop.
Yes, definitely. And I did actually like Malta. I liked her voice. I thought she had a good voice. Although she seems to be copying some big American A-listers, shall we say, as far as the way she presents the song and the way she looks and everything. But I still thought she had a very, very good voice. But yes, the same. Romania I gave 3. The Netherlands I gave 3. I think it's an interesting song. I don't know if it's a Eurovision song.
Yeah, it's completely different to almost everything else, maybe with the exception of Italy, Finland, because they're quite heavy for Eurovision. But it's a nice song, but indeed maybe not for the Eurovision platform. But again, it really depends. It could go either way.
Yeah.
I also like Sweden. I thought that was a really good song. And
Sweden. What did I put for Sweden? Oh no, I didn't like Sweden.
No, I really wanted to like the Swedish song, but I just, maybe it's one you have to hear several times.
And Sweden famously have done very well, of course.
Very
well.
well.
Yeah.
Oh, I've had a flashback to a few years ago when they won with Måns Zemmerlo with Euro. Oh, who doesn't love him? Oh my God. Now,
Tracy loves him in bucket loads.
I love him, but he was so special because he was the first one who ever had that special kind of light effect that he had on the stage with the little white light drawings, and that really paved the way then for future performances. But that was a cracking song. But Sweden traditionally very, very good. Still haven't knocked Ireland off the throne. We do still hold the record for having won the most times. Sadly, the last time was back in 1970, I think. We haven't done so well recently, but the glory days are long behind us.
Well, if you're going to be putting forward acts like Jedward, what do you expect?
I know. Thank God you didn't mention Dustin the Turkey. Oh, God. That was a serious low point.
I managed to forget about him. But if anybody else has any favourites or any predictions for Eurovision, of course, please do let us know. Right, Denise going to be coming up in about 10-15 minutes. Before that, though, of course, I think it's time for us to chill down a little bit, maybe relax, because we're getting all very excited and overheated here. Well, we know Matt's getting overheated with his Nigella. And so time for the whole of the Netherlands to calm down a little bit, put your feet up, Get all Zen-like, because it is time for This Day in History. Lovely.
It's done a kind of Eurovision style.
Oh yeah, that's what we need. Tambourine.
Yay.
Today, it is Thursday, the 13th of May. There's echoes. There's echoes. And on this day, in 1787, Arthur Phillip sets sails with 11 ships of criminals to Botany Bay in Australia. That's a lot of criminals.
Wow, that is a lot.
Yes, and of course in those days, their idea of criminal, you could be lumped in, you got a murderer on one side and somebody who's stolen a loaf of bread to feed his family on the other. So
Yeah.
But and not all of them actually managed to get to Botany Bay in Australia, because some of them died on the way.
That's true. Yeah.
Awful conditions, awful. In 1913, on this very day, the first 4-engined aircraft was built and flown in Russia by Igor Sikorsky. And in 1940, on the 13th of May, the Dutch Queen Wilhelmina, she flew to England and stayed there for a little while. 1950, on this very day, the Diners Club issues its first credit card.
Oh.
And trademark Velcro is registered in 1958. Velcro. Very useful.
Very Eurovision-y too.
Yeah,
Oh, there you go. But I do like things with easy access. I'm just putting it out there. In 1967, on this very day, the octagonal boxing ring is tested to avoid corner injuries. Now, forgive me, but when it comes to boxing, I would have thought corner injuries was the last thing you would be worried about.
I'd be more worried about the opponent with the giant glove coming towards me, indeed.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
In 1975, hailstones as large as tennis balls came down in Wernerville in Tennessee. And in 1978, Joy Chitwood drives a Chevy 9 kilometres on just 2 wheels.
Wow, that's
Can't be comfortable.
no.
like this one side.
Yes, so yes.
Like,
not-
yeah.
2 front ones or just 2 back ones? Like, I mean,
no. That's on the side. That's
2 on the side, yeah.
That's on the side. Yes. 1984, the Dutch footballer Johan Cruijff's last competitive match happened on this very day. And in 1993, CBS's soap opera Knots Landing ends a 14-year run with 334 shows here in the Netherlands. Now, Knots Landing, for some people who haven't got a clue what that is, Matt, this was sort of this was an offshoot of Dallas. And Dallas, of course, we've mentioned a few times on this show because Tracy and I are a bit nostalgic when it comes to Dallas. In 1995, we've got a bit of Eurovision here. The 40th Eurovision contest was won by Norway, singing Nocturne in Dublin. And 5 years later, the 45th Eurovision Song Contest was won by the Olsen brothers from Denmark, singing Fly on the Wings of Love in Stockholm. In 2004, the final episode of Frasier on NBC was 33 million people. I liked Frasier. I used to enjoy Frasier.
I've never seen an episode.
Have you not? I think you'd probably like it, actually. I think you'd enjoy it. Sticking with Eurovision, in 2017, on this very day, the 62nd Eurovision Song Contest was held, and Portugal's Salvador Sobral with singing Amar pelos dois. And finally, in 2017, 22-year-old UK blogger halts spread of global ransomware cyber attack by accidentally identifying the kill switch.
oh.
I don't know what the kill switch is, but he found it, he killed the switch, and a global ransomware cyber attack was foiled.
Good. Hurrah!
Yes!
Thank you, Paz.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. UK
Well done,
blogger.
you.
Absolutely. Right, let's have a look at some birthdays. 1907, on this day, Daphne du Maurier, the English writer, famous for Rebecca she was born. When I saw this, I was like, really? 1922, B. Arthur, the American comedian and actress from the Golden Girls.
Golden Girls. 1922? Crumbs.
I know. And this is another one that surprised me. 1939, Harvey Keitel, the actor, was born.
Really?
I know.
Sound like Sybil Fawlty. Oh, I know.
1950. Hero of mine, Stevie Wonder was born on this very day. Happy birthday, Stevie. My God, he must get so fed up with people singing happy birthday to him every single year. And finally, the Dutch singer Ilse de Lange. She was born on this very day in 1977. I saw her, was it 2 or 3 years ago, actually? I think it was 3 years ago at Pink Pop. Very, very good. Very good indeed. Looking forward to more Pink Pop in the not too distant future. Not this year, it'll have to be next year. But that is this day in history. Thank you very much.
Well done, dear. Well done.
And anybody else celebrating a birthday, happy birthday to you.
Yes, happy birthday.
Whatever it is that you are doing. Right, I think, Jason's in the house. Hello, Jason.
Hello. Our Jason.
Our Jason.
Not that it matters.
USA.
Hi, Foxy.
He says you're looking very professional.
Oh, I know. Me.
Yes, you, Tracy. Yes.
I thought he meant us in general.
No.
Oh yes, yes. A girl needs a microphone.
Back you for a moment. When I say you're looking professional, it's obviously you, Tracy.
What are you saying? Look at this.
Look at Matthew.
With his rainbow layer around his neck, looking very Eurovision. So, yes, while you're looking so professional, we might as well do a professional job right now, Tracy, because I think it's time for the news.
Yes, let's try it. Here we go.
Tracy Taylor with the news.
Thank you, Joe, and good evening, everyone. It's May 13th, and you're watching the Maastricht Edition on Facebook Live. First, a look at your weekend weather, and the rain and cloud of today will continue into Friday, and there is also a chance of thunderstorms in the afternoon. Saturday and Sunday will remain much the same with unsettled, stormy weather. Temperatures will reach 15 degrees. Moving to your news bulletin for tonight, following a Dutch press conference earlier this week, it seems that more COVID-19 restrictions could be lifted on May 19th, including the extension of terrace opening times and the reopening of gyms and indoor sports facilities. The outdoor areas of theme parks, zoos and cultural spaces are also set to reopen. The Dutch government feels that the coronavirus outlook is relatively stable and optimistic, but acknowledges that this may change over the coming days. A final decision will be made on Monday, May 17th. The Dutch Board of Tourism has said the government must seriously consider setting up a travel bubble between the Netherlands and the bordering countries of Belgium and Germany. A travel corridor between the three countries could be useful in case the introduction of COVID-19 vaccination passports is delayed. Such exclusive partnership would allow residents of the neighbouring countries to travel between each other somewhat freely. A 23-year-old Italian woman is under observation in hospital in Italy after receiving 6 doses of the Pfizer vaccine in error. Instead of injecting just 1 dose into her arm, a nurse mistakenly injected the entire vial, which is the equivalent of 6 doses. Overdoses of the Pfizer vaccine have previously been reported in the USA, Australia, Germany and Israel. And the topic of making Liberation Day on May 5th an annual holiday in the Netherlands is again up for discussion. For now, Liberation Day affords residents of the Netherlands 1 day off every 5 years. It seems Prime Minister Mark Rutte says May 5th could become an annual holiday much sooner than we think. And the Naturalis Biodiversity Centre in Leiden has won the 2021 European Museum of the Year award, with the jury calling it a very resourceful museum with beautiful exhibitions and a multitude of public services and events. Naturalis beat 26 fellow nominees to take the top award. According to recent research, the population of the Netherlands is the biggest consumer of meat substitutes in Europe. The research looked at 11 European countries. And in local news, Maastricht Aachen Airport will be closed between May 31st and June 3rd when work will take place on the runway. This will be a temporary replacement of the top layer of the track. A large-scale maintenance has been postponed until 2022. And a pair of peregrine falcons who made their home in the bell tower of the Rijksmuseum have produced 2 chicks. Over the last weeks, the birds began to fly to and fro with bits of meat, a sign that the eggs had hatched. The chicks are healthy and can be seen snuggled up close together. And finally tonight, visitors to Dracula's castle are being jabbed with needles rather than fangs after a COVID-19 vaccine centre has been set up at the Transylvanian site. Medics with fang stickers on their scrubs are offering Pfizer shots to everyone who visits the 14th century castle in central Romania. It's part of a government drive to encourage more Romanians to get jabbed. And that's it for tonight. For more local news, you can follow RTV News in English on Facebook and Instagram. If you are a local business, be sure to check out the Support Your Local Business South Limburg Facebook page, a joint initiative between #Maastricht and the Maastricht Edition. And if you want to discover events, concerts and cultural activities going on in Maastricht and the surrounding areas, head on over to the website of our partner, maastrichter.com, to check out their awesome calendar of events. And don't forget that you can always find us on the Maastricht Edition Facebook page, on our YouTube channel, on Redbubble, and on Instagram. For all the details, check out the maastrichtedition.nl.
Nicely done, Altrice.
Thank you, darling.
Very good. Thanks for that.
Oh, excellent.
I knew you'd appreciate that.
Oh, I like that one. Very good.
So, I think we probably should get our Denise straight in, don't you? Because this is what everybody's been waiting for. Look.
I've got the flags. I'm ready to go.
So we've got Denis live in Rotterdam. He's been there a few days already. He is reporting
Hello.
ESC Plus. I can hear him. Are you there?
Almost.
Calling
There
Rotterdam.
you are.
Oh, there he is. Hello, Denis.
Hey, how are you?
Oh, we're so excited to have you with us today, and I suspect that you are very excited and have been for about a week or so now.
I am. I really am. It's all, it's crazy, but it's so cool to be here, and for it to be in the Netherlands makes it extra cool. So it has always been a dream of mine, like a bucket list kind of thing, to be at Eurovision, and now I'm just like front row. So yeah, pretty cool.
Before you tell us about what's going on there, let's just go back a year, because of course this time last year it was all doom and gloom that we were not going to have the Eurovision Song Contest as per normal. It was all happening on TV. Everybody who was participating had to submit a video, couldn't be there live. And we thought for a moment that possibly it was going to be the same again this year, but that's changed.
That has changed. Like, all the delegations are here, all artists are here. And it's possible because of 3 separate bubbles, which means artists, staff of the Ahoy Rotterdam, and let's see, what's the other one? Well, they are one bubble. Then there is the press, which is another bubble. And then next week there will be an audience as well, 3,500 people per show. And that is also also what's happening in a bubble. So it's 3 separate bubbles. And a lot of coordination here, a lot of testing, a lot of social distancing, wearing a face mask. We all get these designated desks, and we have to use them for the whole period that we're here. Once we step away from our desk, somebody comes to disinfect them, clean them. So it feels luxurious somehow, but it's all measurements, of course. It feels like we all have separate people to do all the cleaning for us, but it's of course because of the measurements. Yeah.
But I don't think it's actually detracting from the excitement of it all, because of course this is the first time that you've been able to do this, so you've got nothing to compare it with.
Yeah, but yeah, it's special. It's different. because of the social distancing and because of all that is going on with COVID-19, of course. But we're also the longest winner, Duncan Lawrence. So, yeah, and this is, I think this is the most special Eurovision Song Contest to date, because it hasn't been cancelled as long as it exists. So since 1956, there no contest. No contest was cancelled. So yeah.
Well, let's get
there's the first time for everything, apparently.
Yes.
Yeah.
we need to get down to the serious stuff now, of course, because you've been watching the rehearsals, you've been seeing the performers. Who's hot and who's not?
Not.
Let's start with not. Let's start with like the bad news. Well, Austria, they're not going to make it to the finals probably. Well, the first rehearsal of the UK has finished like I think 20 minutes ago. It's not a hot favorite either. Yeah. Let's see. Well, it's a tough year because like most of the songs are potential winners. A lot of songs were not that great when you just saw the video, like the presentation video of them, but now you see them on stage and you hear them live. It's a totally different thing. I think this year's is everybody's game, really. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, Matt,
so
you've got some favourites, haven't you?
Me,
I do actually. I've seen the first rehearsal of France like an hour ago, and it's great. It's just like one person on the stage, and then you get like this Edith Piaf, Amélie kind of vibe. If you know the movie, you will most certainly recognize the type of music. Yeah, it's great. That is my personal favorite, and from a lot of people, what I hear around here in the press center, it is a favorite as well. But there are many great songs. Also, a lot of up-tempo kind of girl pop kind of songs, like young Britney Spears type of girls that are that also score really well with the bookmakers. And this year will be a year that there's nobody that cannot sing. We had that a couple of years that you see the video and you think, oh, that's a great song, and then they're on stage and turns out that they cannot sing. Maybe
it happens. It happens. Yeah.
I'm excited to see that song, and then it comes on and you're like, that's not that great. But this year, I've seen most of the rehearsals now for all countries outside of the Big Five. They all had their second rehearsal now. The Big Five, they started rehearsing today. And I have to say, there's not really anybody that's not able to sing their song the right way. So,
plenty of time to practice.
They also had like 2 years to.
Yeah, well, that's it. That's it. We're just going to run through some favourites of ours, Denis, and we'd like to see what you have to say. Matt, throw some favourites at Denis. What have you got?
My favourite is Iceland. France was also in there, and Croatia. I thought that was really fun.
Let's see, Croatia. Yeah, it's Albina, right? Albina with the song TikTok.
TikTok, yeah.
It's, I mean, like to name a song after the most popular app there. It's kind of a marketing stunt, and it's like a big wink, I guess, to that app. But yeah, her performance is, her singing might not. Well, it's good, but like the performance is really great. This how it is staged, it's really great. It's I think this year the song contest might be the best to watch it at home. Actually, there will be a lot of augmented reality as well, so a lot of AR, and that can be best seen on TV because there you see like you see them look into the camera, but it's for a reason sometimes that they do
Yeah.
it, or there's something happening in the back, and you do not get to see that really well in the venue here. Of course, there are screens, but I think this year it might be the best way to watch it at home. And Albina's performance is also based on seeing it at home. It's really cool.
Ah,
Right.
well,
Oh, I'm
that's
looking forward
interesting.
to it then.
So,
Yeah.
Tracy, what are your favourites?
Oh, well, yes, I also had France on the list, so that's proving an early front runner here. I also really loved Italy and Finland, the kind of heavy rocker entries, and I quite liked Romania as well.
Romania. I don't think, well, personal opinion, of course, that Romania will progress to the final. She does singing and dancing, but the dancing is so much that it kind of takes away from the singing, and it comes across as a bit messy. Might look better on TV, I don't know. But yeah, I saw the press conference and rehearsal of Italy today. They had their first rehearsal, and I have to say they're really cool. It's so different from what Italy has sent like the last couple of years. It's a rock song, and it's kind of a heavy rock song as well.
Yes, I liked it. Very Marilyn Manson kind of vibe, I think.
And
Yeah.
there are four, and the girl, I think she plays the guitar. She's
Yeah,
half English.
she's really cool. Yeah, she's
Yeah,
really
and her English was so good. Like, yeah, you have some artists here who do not speak English, so they are here with a translator. So that makes the press conference is kind of awkward. You know, they answer in their own language. They look at the journalist that asks this question, but it just feels awkward. It's like, but I have to say Italy is also on my list because it's so different from what you would normally send, and it's so different from what you normally see during a Eurovision Song Contest. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm not going to give you my favourites. I'm going to give you a few that I noted had some quirky things going on. For example, I thought Denmark had a very 80s feel.
By the way, Italy is like passing me now. Like people from Italy are passing me. So
Can we get over? Do they want to
maybe
say
can
hello?
I turn around the camera? Let's
Okay.
Oh, guys, this could be the biggest moment ever on the Maastricht Edition.
There goes Italy.
This is the
Arrivederci.
pressure.
Wow, look at that.
I have to wear my face mask.
Of course.
Oh, no.
Sorry,
course.
I got some quite angry faces.
Look. Oh, this is really cool, guys.
Chris.
Backstage.
I got the chance to ask them a question.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow.
Wait, I have to walk around the delegation.
They look like a load of bodyguards.
They do. Work your best
Yeah.
Italian, Denis.
Well, they are there. Maybe you can see them.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe the blonde girl is the guitarist who's very funky in the video.
Yeah.
And I don't see the guy.
Here's singer. I'm walking with him. Can you wave? It's a television. It's a radio show. It's a Dutch radio. Well, it's English language. Can you say hi to all? And there are some people in there who are like big fans of.
Hello.
Buonasera.
Hi. Welcome to the Maastricht Edition.
Can you say hi to all the viewers of this radio? Well, it's an online radio show, but can you say hi, or do you have a message for them? Do you have like a message? Can you say like?
Can they say hello to the Maastricht Edition?
Thank you.
Oh, bless.
Wow.
Well, there you go.
Quite cool.
That is how.
Oh, the guy, they're so cool. They are so cool. I vote Italy to win.
All the time that you're just wandering around and then all of a sudden.
There was like, go away, it's COVID. I'm like, oh.
Yes, under normal circumstances, you could just launch yourself at them, of course.
Yeah. Normally, I would just run to them and be like, hey, but now it's like, oh, I forgot my face mask.
Oh.
So,
It's still cool. It's still cool.
Very, very.
So I did want to mention a couple of people. Norway, they've got an angel thing going on.
Oh yeah, but the guy that sings the song is so nice. He's like the biggest singer these days in Norway. His name, well, his artist's name, of course, is Tix. And the reason for him, for his name to be Tix, is because he has Tourette's.
Oh.
That's also the reason why he is wearing glasses, because he has a lot of tics in his eyes. So that's the reason why he looks the way he looks. It might be a little out there, but I had an interview with him, and once it is explained, it is, yeah, it is. You understand why he looks like this or he performs like this. He has this song "Fallen Angel," and it's actually about a girl who he was in love with, but the love wasn't reciprocated.
Oh, okay.
Tourette syndrome, and she could not deal with it.
Oh.
So, yeah, it's about the one that got away, really, the song. Yeah.
Oh, bless. And before you go, I do have to mention the Ukraine. Personally, I'm not a big fan of this song and the nose jewelry that was going. There was this thing that it was like a mask thing, I think, but there was a thing across the nose, and it all looked a bit odd to me. But I believe Ukraine are a favourite.
They are, and they have had some troubles because yesterday they had their second rehearsal, but the singer was not able to make it, the lady, because of she was not feeling well. So now that we are here in the bubble, it was like a press thing. So there were like press releases sending out to everybody, like she might have COVID-19, but today her test came back negative. So she's able to, to move on to the semifinal and perform there. But their second rehearsal was with a stand-in. Yeah.
Let's see. Denis, may I ask, you're busy with rehearsals now this week. What's in the planning for you in the run-up to the grand final?
Well, there are a lot of things. There is this, there's a press tour for all the press that is here. We're going to do some sightseeing in Rotterdam, not all together, of course, all with social distancing and not with a lot of people in one group. So that's on Sunday. There will be a lot of rehearsals. Normally, there would have been a lot of parties during like a regular Eurovision Song Contest, and there would be much more press moments. But this year it will be different, and it's also like the biggest complaint of all the artists here during the press conferences. They say, "I have not seen any of the other artists. We cannot see." Because normally every delegation would have their own party in the city, but that's not possible because of COVID. We all the artists need to stay in their hotel, so the only thing we can do is Netflix, YouTube, and rehearse.
Wow. What? Yeah, it still sounds. I mean, it does seem still quite cool, but it's a pity for the people who are representing this year. And also it's a little shame for the country, that, to promote a little bit the Netherlands and everything else. So, but I guess the show must go on and go on it will in one way or another. Well, and Denis, you will be at the grand final, right?
I will be, yeah.
I'm going to watch out for you on TV. So wave a big flag.
And on Sunday, there's also in the evening the turquoise carpet. So it's not a red carpet; it's a turquoise carpet this year. It will be on the Erasmus Bridge at the terminal of a big cruise ship that is coming and going from here. It's the Italian delegation coming.
They're coming back from Warsaw.
There were 4. No. So yeah, that will be on Sunday as well. So it's a a turquoise carpet event. So yeah, I got a chance to dress up. I brought a lot of clothes.
Oh, bless you.
Lovely. Now,
Yes.
Denis, if you're stuck for a date to walk the turquoise carpet, you let me know. I have lots of dresses, and I'm a trainer. I am happy to come and support you if you need me to be there.
If I can bring a plus one with social
Yes.
distancing, I will let you know.
Hi.
Oh, Denise, trust me, she's already
Like-
got the dress.
I can be like Michael Who.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yes, exactly.
It's a typo.
Well, Denise,
It's like seashell.
it's been absolutely lovely to have you on the show. Thank you so much. I know you're having a fantastic time anyway, but yeah, just enjoy every single minute of it, because it's not going to happen again for some time, I suspect, in the Netherlands.
No,
So
It took 44 years. So
yeah,
and then I will be 110. So yeah.
yes, but you'll still look gorgeous. Thank you today. Have a wonderful time, and we'll catch up with you again after the Eurovision.
Thank you. Bye. Oh, by the way, follow
Oh.
me on ESC Plus.
We're going to put it all over our socials. Don't you worry.
I'm
Thank
doing it
you.
right now.
Thanks a lot,
Bye,
Denise.
darling.
Take
Have
care.
fun.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow.
Oh, guys,
We've got
that was like,
exclusive
that was so
connect-
cool.
the
Let me
app.
just.
It is cool, actually,
Guys.
because no matter what you think about Eurovision, it's such a huge event, and everybody involved is so enthusiastic and just wants to have so much fun that you can't help but pick up on that vibe.
I think with the Eurovision, it's one of these things you just love and just adore, or you've got people who kind of never know when it's on and don't watch it all. I'm definitely in the former group, and Denis was talking about a bucket list about going to a Eurovision.
Yeah,
I would have that on the list as well, but I also wanted to actually represent, perform. That's my hope. So if anyone's watching from the Dutch committee or the Irish committee, and I've also got connections to the UK as my dad's British, so I'm happy. I'm happy to pimp myself out to any country who needs someone. I can sing and dance a bit, so let me know. I'm there.
For you that Tracy is happy to pimp herself out to any country. That's brilliant. Excellent. Well,
Quote for the
leave
T-shirt.
that out there for the moment. And how wonderful it was to get the Italian lot to come and say hello to us.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Well, we have
But,
to officially support them now, don't we? Because
Oh,
they're
yeah.
on the show. So.
Italia.
Sure.
I tell you.
Sure.
Yeah.
Excellent. Val just said really enjoyed the interview. So did we, Val. So did we. It's it's infectious. It is infectious. Even if you don't like Eurovision, there's something about it being in your own country where you are that it just sort of it sweeps you up in it for sure. Anyway, and we're coming towards the end of the show. Matt,
Yeah.
let's crack on. It's Matt Goes Dutch.
It is, and this week, in celebration of Eurovision being in the Netherlands, we're doing a Eurovision quiz.
Oh,
Oh.
no. Oh, Joe. Oh, dear.
Okay. Can I
Now,
just win this?
Huh?
Tracy will win this.
Oh, Tracy might.
I might concede.
I don't
Right, quick fire questions, right? So
It-
we have question 1. Which country hosted the first ever Eurovision Song Contest in 1956?
Switzerland.
Correct. Which Irish performer is the only person to win Eurovision 3 times?
Johnny Logan.
Correct. Which dance troupe shot to fame after providing the interval entertainment in 1994?
Riverdance.
Yes. What is the name of the iconic Austrian act who won in 2014 with the song Rise Like a Phoenix?
Conchita Wurst.
Yes.
Great song.
Before 2020, how many times had Eurovision been forced to cancel?
0. Never.
Yeah.
Maybe once. Yes. Okay.
ABBA won Eurovision in 1974 with which song?
Waterloo.
Yes, sorry.
Brighton.
Which non-European country joined the contest in 2015?
Australia.
Correct, that's the time. Which Canadian superstar won Eurovision in 1988 representing Switzerland? Yes. Hard rock band Lordi secured a surprise victory for which country? Yes. Which twins who found fame on the X Factor represent... Italy boycotted the contest in 1981. Why?
Oh, I don't know.
No, they felt that nobody was interested in Eurovision anymore, and they called the show old-fashioned. So they decided not to join.
Gosh, I bet they regretted that.
Yes, in 1981 that was. Okay, so what is the maximum duration of a Eurovision song?
3 minutes.
Yes.
Oh,
Which country only participated in Eurovision once?
Ooh, Luxembourg?
No,
Moldova.
no, it was Morocco.
Oh.
Which of these countries has never won Eurovision? Cyprus, Spain, or Greece?
Cyprus.
Could be Cyprus. Actually, any
It's
of them might be. Cyprus, poor Cyprus.
In which year did Graham Norton take over from Terry Wogan?
Oh, Joe, when was that? That's I can't remember.
2015.
I
Any
think
offers,
yeah.
Tracy?
I'm gonna go. It must be 14, 15. Must be one of those
It's
years.
actually 2009.
Really?
No.
2009.
Wow.
Which Australian singer represented the UK in 1996 with Ooh Just a Little Bit?
Sonia.
Gina, wasn't it?
Oh no, G.
G. Yeah. Which country's host performed the popular interval act Love, Love, Peace, Peace in 2016?
Love, Love, Peace, Peace. 2016. That's not that long ago. Which interval act?
Interval
I don't
act.
know.
It was Sweden. I think that was the one with Mal. What's his name?
Mal Zemmerlo.
Yeah, I think it was him and the co-host. They did that.
Oh, Petra something was her name.
Yeah. How many countries competed in the first ever Eurovision?
It's like something like 42 or something. No, I think it was 11, was it? It was quite small.
7 was the first.
7, there you go.
And those
No wonder we
countries
won.
are still in. And
That's when you
finally,
take it in.
and finally, which country has won Eurovision the most time?
Ireland.
Ireland.
Yeah. Very
Hey.
good.
Well done. Yeah, let's wave a flag.
Great flag. Da, 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 da. Matt's Icelandic. Yay.
Well, I think we can safely say that Tracy won that.
I
Why-
think, yeah.
Thank you. Well, there you go. I only know a little bit about the Eurovision, but I do like it very much.
Special subject on Mastermind.
Yeah.
It could be. Can you imagine? Dun, 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 dun. That would be scary.
It would be very scary. Excellent. Thank you, Matt. Excellent stuff. Well, before we leave the show, because we are almost at the very end, I believe Tracy's got a few titty bitty fizz.
Very quickly. Yes, indeed. I've got details about a new business. A lady called Nooshcha has started up a new business all about kombucha, which is this fermented healthy drink that we're all supposed to be having these days. Very good for you. She makes these homemade beverages, and they're all with good probiotics for the tummy and everything else. You can order by the litre, and things like raspberry vanilla and pear caramel, lots of fun and tasty things. She does have an email address, which we'll put in our post-show post, and you can find her on Instagram at Noosh, NOUSH_CHA, CHR. So
Nice.
check it out. And she's in Maastricht, and it's a new business and good stuff. Good for you. And another thing, which is actually happening this weekend, 15th and 16th of May, there is a group in here in Maastricht, and they are called Liter of Light Netherlands, and they've joined up with the UCM Musical Theatre Society, quite fancy, and they're hosting a thrilling Maastricht murder mystery event as for some fundraising. And the idea is that people can sign in groups of 2. You walk around the city to find clues and uncover the mystery. And it costs only €3 per person. Again, as I said, takes place on the 15th and 16th of May. You can choose the time slots during the day when you want to participate. And it really sounds like a lot of fun. Here's a little bit of... On Saturday morning, the police found a body at the bottom of the river next to the city wall. It's Lily, the manager of a local store. There are no signs of, bad, who knows what killed her. There's lots of confusion surrounding the mystery. The police have called you in to help. So you follow the detective around and you try to work out who of the 6 persons of interest could be the killer.
Ooh.
It's like Line of Duty in Maastricht.
Oh my goodness! I feel like I could channel my Agatha Christie here.
Ooh, or Murder, She Wrote or something.
Yeah.
So 15th and 16th of May, we'll post their Instagram link in our post-show post, and then you can follow the link in their bio and find out all you need to know.
Excellent. Oh, that's lovely. That's quite exciting, actually.
It says
I like
that
it.
it's sleuthing. Oh, it'd be like being Nancy Drew or the Hardy Boys. It's really cool.
It's a shame actually that we're in the situation that we are, because it would make a really good team day out. That would have been really good fun. But we'll save it for another day. Excellent. Okay, well that's it. We have come to the end of the show. I hope you've enjoyed it, because we certainly have. It's another week until the semi-finals start for Eurovision. It is going to be all over TV, of course, so you'll be able to tune in and see what's happening there. Denis can keep you up to date on ESC Plus, so make sure that you follow me on there. As Tracy said, we'll put all his links onto our socials after the show.
We shall.
And if possible, there's no promising, but we're going to really, really try. Maybe having a quick, sneaky chat with Denis in next week's show, right in the middle of the semi-finals. We'll see if we can do that. But of course, he's up to his eyes in superstars at the moment, so he's being very picky about who he's going to talk to. But we're very grateful he found time for us today. Have a lovely weekend, whatever it is that you're doing. Do it safely. We shall see you next Thursday. Thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you next week. Take care now. Bye.
Bye. Ciao, ciao.